You got until we show the first hit. And then everything else stays with the house. Don't miss out. So again, we got another football break up earlier today. I got more baseball waiting in the wings.
Please don't forget the mochaccino.
Where's she at? I make no guarantees. So Nicky Lopez, high number. Couple more packs here, and we'll start showing off the cards. Oh, the static kills me. Yes, so they're like the base short prints. Anything numbered 401 to 500 is considered a short print. They fall approximately 1 in every 3 packs. So they're not super rare, you know, 8 to a box. I probably missed one out of this stack. But, so they have some minimal increase in value. You know, the better the player, obviously, the better the return. Here, DeGrom, Scherzer, a couple guys constantly fighting over Cy Young votes. Keston Hiura, New Age Performer insert. Oh, Dylan Cease, this is a high number card as well. Aaron Judge, who was the fastest to 70 home runs. Brady Singer. Again, like Casey Mize, these in-action cards allow you to get a solo version of the rookies where often you'll see them kind of grouped up like that. Karinchak. Hopefully Thor will come back with a vengeance. Luis Garcia of the Nationals there. H to the Izzo, Anthony Rizzo. Joe Adele and Nick Madrigal. So again, with cards like this, what we do is we start from the left and work our way across and down. So first time around, this card goes to the Angels. Next one goes to the White Sox. So on a 2-player card, you kind of split them. On a 3-player card, you know, every third one you get. If the card is a hit or significantly low numbered, like 50 or less, then we go ahead and we do the randomization. But Evan White. Here comes the Bohm, ready or not. Nice card of him in the first case. A black chrome refractor. There's Bo Bichette. Oh, Nate Pearson. And some White Sox rookies. Already starting off with a real one autograph. Luis Garcia, Nationals, going to be the first hit. Luis Garcia of the Nationals starts off as the first hit. I expect us to see maybe one more autograph in this stack of boxes, but again, we were surprised. We had one auto in the first half and then 4 in the second half of the first case that we did, including a red ink. That was pretty nuts. Matt Davidson. Red ink was of Spencer Howard of the Phillies. Again, we did scrap 2 breaks. Let's see here, what do we got? Is this one? Yeah, we scrapped the big league mixer. There we go. This is the one. This break also happened already, but I use this to give us something at the bottom. It's a little too slow. There we go. All right, so we got something at the bottom of the screen. So Heritage number 4 is going to be the next thing we're working on. Also going to be looking at a couple of new baseball breaks, but what I really need to do first is get the random team one that we have upgoing. All right, it's a nice 9-box mixer. It's got a good mix of stuff. 20 hits total, 19 of which would be autographs. There's Kyle Freeland. $59.99 for a random team, 3 for 165. I'm sorry, 3 for 169. And I would love to get that randomized tomorrow. So initially tomorrow I was hoping to do the big league mixer. Yeah, if we can knock out 2 or 3 other smaller breaks, I'm good with that. I'll feel a sense of accomplishment, and we'll be bringing some good stuff down to Virginia with us, as Ellie's going to be playing in an out-of-state tournament. Lexi is going to be playing in her first ever triple header at home, so that could be fun. Wish I could be in 2 places at the same time, but I can't, so hopefully I can get some good video from Mama. Let's see. So all about that base, Again, we've seen the base quite a bit already from Heritage. So we'll just kind of zip through the 1972 design. I think this one came out pretty nice. It's a fun classic design. Color pops. It looks good on chrome for the chrome parallels. I like it. All about that base, about that base. All right, so that's stack number 2. So we're going to see a short print in this one? I think we are. Usually you do. One way or another. They're going to find you. They're going to get you. G-Man Choi. All right, we got a black border card. Those are a little harder to find than the action short prints. Action image. A little bit harder, but not much. There's D. Strange, who actually ended up getting cut. Mariners got some talent, some young talent, and I believe they end up cutting D. Strange just before the end of spring training, right? Or D. Strange Gordon now. Let's see. Was D. Gordon, I think. Frankie Montas. All right, so we got our high numbers straightened out now. So we got Tatis and Reese, James McCann, Christian Pache, Ender Inciarte, Miggy, if anybody's wondered how I figured these out, on the back is a list of players, and I just go down the list. It's like the Yankees will get this card. So the Cy Young, the World Series MVP, all the award cards. That's how I figure out who gets them. Roberto Clemente. They got 2 decent pitchers on there. Ian Anderson, who had a solid first start to the year, and Davy Garcia. Got Dylan Carlson and Evan White sharing a rookie card there. So that goes to the Cardinals first and Mariners second. Joey Bart of the Giants. Looks like I'll be adding a few of those to my collection of stuff I don't collect. I have a very small PC. And some of the stuff in there is kind of odd. Like, you wouldn't be like, why would you keep that in your personal collection? Sentimental reasons. Got a few nice Ripken pieces. Full name signed ball. And the black border card is going to go to the Cardinals, Yadier Molina. So Cardinals trying to keep Molina there for the rest of his career. And I do hope they do. Because you just don't see that as often nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Brian Hayes and Jose Garcia. Sometimes it doesn't look right when people close out their careers where they don't, I don't want to say they don't belong, but like, you know, in hockey, the way Brodeur went out, kind of left a bad taste. Like, I mean, the guy got hurt after, like, just a handful of games. I think he played, like, 20 games or something like that without being on the Devils. It just wasn't worth it. All right. No. Oh, I like this. This is a batting leaders card. So just like with the new school ones, the old school ones had multiple players on it. Since this is not a numbered card, or it's technically not a hit, it's just a box loader. That's going to go to the Twins, Tony Oliva. Also on the card, Bobby Mercer, who also commentated for the Yankees for a number of years. And Merv Rettenmund, who batted .318 in 1971. And I don't know, did he ever do anything else significant ever again? I don't know. Not a piece of Orioles history I would be familiar with. You know what I'm saying? But still, that's a cool card. It's not in bad shape either. Especially seeing some of the other cards the Topps is allowed to slip into their anniversary stamps. That's not too bad. I think it's got like a soft corner. The centering's not terrible on it. And again, it's a 72, so that in itself is semi-miraculous. Clint Frazier. High number card there. So again, this is box number 2 here. We had a nice warm-up with a Bowman Chrome 2020 hobby box and a personal break of a Heritage. Now, we can still do more personals after this break. Again, the flash sale extends until we're done with this live stream. Once we're done with it, then we're done. AJ Pollock. Jeremy Jeffries. Making sure. Card code 46 now. Sometimes this set, this year I noticed that the color isn't 100% consistent. And I think that's been noted in a couple groups as well. But it is what it is. Sometimes a little lighter than usual, sometimes a little darker. Tejada and Taveras, both Rangers. That makes it easy. Brady Singer. The Bowman Chrome was $325 for the hobby. So $325 for the Bowman Chrome box. So then, in turn, that netted $32.50 in group break credit. Luis Garcia. Yeah, let's face it, most of the people getting the personal boxes break here anyway. So it's kind of like saving $32.50, knowing that you'll be back. Dick Allen and Luke Voigt share the then and now. And Alec, here comes the Bohm. L'Oreal and Clark Schmidt. Mateo. Clemente. That's a go for the first stack. All right, fair enough. It's not a bad card. It's not a nickname, but we got a pretty decent action image parallel. So we'll show that off in a hot minute. Dansby Swanson. He had a sneaky good year last year. You know, he kind of got thrust into the majors maybe a year too soon. It was just an awkward trade. It kind of looked like it was going to be a bust on both ends. But I think Swanson, you know, you got to consider he was a #1 overall pick, and he got traded right away to the Braves for a pitcher who I'll admit I was kind of big on. And I thought he had some bad luck. Well, after he got traded, his luck ended up worse, and he ended up getting injured. And there's Ryan Braun. And in the meantime, Swanson, I think he struggled a little bit. Again, I think he was on the verge of being ready, and they just kind of pulled the pin on him a little too soon. But I think he's going to develop into a nice 25 home run player. So, Jesus Aguilar. Well, you know, everybody can't be #1. And I don't think he would trade in that World Series ring that he's got in for having been picked number 1 overall, right? I don't think the money difference is that big, and you know, you hope that it's that World Series ring these guys are playing for, you know, or cheating for in some cases, but we don't talk about that. Mize and Scooble. There's Alex Bregman right there. A little rough last year. Again, a lot of streaky hitters last year did not necessarily have last season end up on the good part of their streaks. Batted like 242. There's Mike Trout. He wasn't picked first overall either. Mike Trout was not. He turned out to be pretty good. He didn't get picked number 1, and he didn't get a World Series ring either after 10 years. What the hell? Could this be the year? Is it finally showtime? Oh, that was a perfect lead-in right there. He threw a good start. Got the ball up to 101 miles an hour. You'd think he was on the Mets. And he hit a home run that broke the sound barrier. And action. And there's another Mike Trout, but that's him fielding the ball. That is his action image variation right there. So Angels get a nice little short print. Do they really, though? Do they really have a long ways to go? I don't feel like they have a long ways to go. I feel like they're just one of those teams, kind of like how the Nationals were when they had Bryce Harper, right? They had Bryce Harper. All right, Juan Soto is a rookie. Victor Robles is kind of coming off of injury and having a better season. Like, you would have thought that was the year for the Nationals, and it wasn't. It was the next year. Chad Green. So sometimes, and now I do think Harper might have been a little bit of a locker room issue. I don't feel that way about Trout, but it's a chemistry thing sometimes. Gotta have the right chemistry. Yeah. And they finally win after they fail to sign their superstar player. So now you're thinking, oh, they're in deep trouble. But they kept the rest of their core pretty much intact. And again, chemistry. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. The next year they managed to pull it off. And then, it was a drop. They did lose some of that chemistry. They lost Rendon. So... and they kind of replaced him with a couple platoon players too, which doesn't help matters. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was all right, but did Correa really pan out the way that everybody thought he was going to? I mean, he wasn't quite the bust that Byron Buxton's kind of been labeled. And again, Buxton, outstanding defense. The hitting's gotten better finally. Took a while. So I'm not saying necessarily that Buxton is a complete bust or anything like that. But Correa and Buxton were a couple guys that I think a lot more was expected out of both of them. I think that's fair. All right. I think it's fair to make that judgment. 3 home runs tonight. Ryan McMahon. Again, we talked about it the other day. He only had 9 home runs last year, batted .215. He's going to be a 30 home run kid, I think. So, having a good year so far, yeah. Garcia and Pache. Pearson. Yeah. Well, like I said, it took a while to develop. He had some rough seasons hitting, let's face it. And he started picking it back up together. What would you say? Was it the end of 2018 or the end of 2019? I can't remember. I don't follow him that closely. Brian Hayes, Joey Bart, and Rangers gonna get a hit here. Shin-Soo Choo. Shin-Soo Choo. Rangers. All right, we're going to do one more Heritage box before we do our intermission of Leaf Metal Draft Baseball. Yes, he did. Was he awake to see it, though? Box loader for the Brewers. Christian Yelich. Brewers, Christian Yelich, box loader. I might be snoring before this break is over. Jake Arrieta. Robinson Cano. As in, no, why would you ever trade for that guy? At least we don't have to eat this year on that horrid contract, but still, worst trade ever for the Mets. No sorting tonight. No, when I get up tomorrow. Definitely no sorting tonight. Lance McCullers. Junior. Not to be confused with Daddy. Senior, who pitched for the Yankees and the Astros too, I think. And maybe a couple other teams for a short while. All right. Yeah. Pujols. Peterson and Jimenez. Jimenez part of the Lindor trade. Clemente. So Walking Dead finally finishes this season with its little, I guess, character subplots. What's everybody think? Are you excited for the last excuse me, extended season of Walking Dead? Anybody? Should we celebrate with a Walking Dead break? It's been a while since we had one of those. They don't really put out the product anymore. I'm guessing Topps decided not to re-up the license. Because that could have been a cool Topps Now deal. Might not hit their kid-friendly mark. Oh, Pong. That was the stuff back in the day. Chance Cisco was up for 4 cups of coffee already. I don't know how many more chances he's going to get. So again, random team break. $59.99 for one team. $169 for 3. I'd really love to see that roll for tomorrow. At least let's get that so that we can. Okay, we got a Chrome in there. So that we can randomize it tomorrow and have a shot at running it tomorrow night. Tomorrow's an easy night. tomorrow I won't be out so late. Thursday I'm out late, and Friday morning we're leaving for Virginia. So Thursday we got to get any breaks going really early. Got Jorge Polanco. But tomorrow I got all day. So let's have a happy hump day and knock out a couple breaks. Again, I got a couple baseball breaks set up. What we'll do first is we'll see how it's looking as far as people keeping teams in this one. And if we're going to just completely stall out, then I'll release both breaks fairly quickly. But I think we're going to want to see the rest of the case. Again, so far, at least what we've opened, Heritage has provided us a nice value. Hit a gorgeous SP in the personal break that we started off with earlier today. Managed to find us a nickname short print of El Nino. And this break's already started with a real one autograph. So I'd like to think maybe we can squeeze out one more of those. And the next question is, can we get another red ink auto? Chrome Refractor, Giants, 292 out of 572, Mike Yastrzemski, who had another solid showing last year. So, yeah, he may not be his grandfather, but you gonna make it in the Hall of Fame? Not on that short timeline, no. Still a good solid ball player. And he should have a few good years over there in San Francisco. And then we got a short print card coming up. Here's Byron Buxton. So, yeah, it was the second half of 2019 where Buxton kind of turned it around. You know, good speed. So he had some triples early on, but I mean, he batted in 2016 225, got it up to 253 with 16 home runs. And a total of 36 extra base hits. Not spectacular. 2018, I think a combination of injuries and time in the minor leagues held him to only 28 games with a 156 batting average. 2019, I recall him having a slow start. All right, he only hit 10 home runs, but he did hit 30 doubles, which was a huge improvement. Got the average back up to 262 by the end of the year, but I think he was batting over 300 the second half, if I remember correctly. And he had, like 10 home runs in the shortened season last year, and he's already got 3 this year. So I think he's finally starting to break out a little bit. Dodgers just catching these Mookie Betts short prints. Well, I think we had 2 in the first case, and now we're seeing them again. Interesting. So just a few weeks short of my 40th birthday, today I go to the dentist for the first time to have a cavity filled. Went almost 40 years before finally having to go down that road. And, you know, guy, I was like, what am I getting a shot for? For when they drill in? Not looking forward to that at all. Andrelton Simmons, and I hate needles. So just that part kind of got to me. So, you know, they do the procedure, no problem. It was in a bad spot. I think the dentist was actually a little grumpy. That it should have been just pull my wisdom tooth out, but there was nothing wrong other than the cavity. It was just in the bad spot, like in the back part of it. So I come back on live earlier this afternoon to try to push this breakthrough, and like my tongue is hurting. I'm like, I don't even think the Novocaine gets to your tongue. Like, I don't know, my tongue is hurting. And then I have I waited long enough. I didn't heat it too much, but I just needed the caffeine. I had a cup of coffee. And I'm driving, and I just have this insane amount of pressure inside my mouth, and my cheek is starting to get sensation in it again. And I'm like, my tongue is dry. Why does this hurt so much? Well, apparently, I didn't realize that they'd left one of the like cotton things. It was like way under my tongue. So when I had the cup of coffee, the thing was probably like swelling out to the max. And I'm just like, I'm stopped at a stop sign not far from my house, and I'm like, oh my God. And I just out of instinct, like I put my fingers in my mouth, and I pull out this giant wad of cotton, and I was like, what the heck? I threw it out the window, and then I felt better. Did not know there was another thing in my mouth. So when I was talking before, my face is all puffed up, and I don't even know why. I thought it was just from the Novocaine. So, an $850 car repair bill and a cavity filling. Ain't that a fun day? There's Mount Castle and Dahlbeck, but I did have some fun later in the evening. Me and Lexi's my younger softball player. She's just turned 9, so technically she could even have finished this year as an 8U player, but there's no 8U teams around. So we had kind of decided to put her up at a 10U level. So she's never really bunted in a game before, so I'm having the joys of at least working with her in the cage individually and getting that bunt technique down. Especially she's tiny, so you figure she's going to walk a lot, and she's going to probably be in the position to bunt a lot. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if she's like a leadoff or a number 2 in the order once they, figure everything out. Or if she's down towards the bottom of the order, she could move runners around. So that was fun. We ended up good, and then we doing some personal breaks and pulled a couple nice cards. That Alvarez auto for the Mets, that Tatis. So now I want to see a real one red ink auto come out again. Am I asking for too much? Well, it's not going to happen in this box. Chris Sale, Clubhouse Collection. Chris Sale, Dirty Underwear Relic. Actually, it's pretty clean. I think we'll get one more auto. Will it be the big one, though? That's the question. I don't know. I'm not hearing much... Much talk in the chat. I know it's late. Don't fall asleep on me. I'm sure if we start talking, we can find more interesting things to talk about than my cavity and my car repair bill. Which, by the way, is part of the reason why we really need to get another break going for tomorrow. Just saying. But we're halfway through Heritage. All right, 3 boxes down, 3 to go. So let's pop open this Leaf Metal Draft and see what we got. Oh, what team is this guy on? Can't remember what team the proof guy's on. That's what I thought. Okay. That's the old one. I need the new one. Okay, he was also good. Not the first player by this name to play for this team, so that's why I want to make sure I wasn't thinking of the wrong guy. But he is a member of the New York Yankees Farm Club. This is pitcher Luis Medina. There was also a player back in the junk era in the late 80s, early 90s by the same name who did play for the Yankees in Cleveland. I don't know if the guy ever batted over 230 in a season, but not that guy. I don't think any relation either. Oh, which one signed this guy? I know who it is. And somebody made a switch earlier today that I think is going to be to their benefit. I'm just double checking. Yeah, that's what I thought. So first card is going to be a matter of national pride. This card is numbered 4 out of 20. Oh yeah, it's that time. Yoelqui Cespedes, White Sox. Yoelqui Cespedes, White Sox. Confirm this next guy. Did not see any trades in the recent weeks. And does not look like he has, so guy we've seen in some Bowman product before. Numbered 17 out of 20, Matt Cantorino, Twins. Matt Cantorino, Twins. Twins are not doing bad for a $28 team. You got the cool box loader card and an autograph. 4 out of 7 Marlins. I expect to see this guy at some point this year make his major league debut. Julio Rodriguez for Seattle. Eight out of 20. Red Sox, Jarren Duran, who's looking hungry like the wolf in that picture. Jarren Duran. Throwback, 6 out of 10. Orelvis Martinez, who I believe is still in the Blue Jays system. And I think he's another one that might be a call-up. I don't think he broke with the club, but I think there's the possibility that we see him up this year. Another Twins prospect, Alric Solari. He was in last year's draft. So Alric Solari. Gotta look this guy up. Nope. That guy is in his 50s. Similar name, though. Alright. That makes more sense. And another repeat team in this stack. Oswaldo Peraza, Yankees. Wake up, Joe Wester. Another hit for the Rangers. Evan Carter. And then we're looking for one more big name card, right? We haven't done too bad with this box, but we want the biggest name card. And look no further. This guy is also going to be the poster child for 2021 Bowman. 3 out of 35. Number 5 overall pick. Blue Jays, Austin Martin. Austin Martin for Toronto. Oh, looks like Mookie Betts with a home run today now. And Luis Robert with a home run. 366-footer off. Looks like a 2-run home run. All right, so my fantasy guys aren't doing too bad today. I got 4 home runs. 8 for 31 isn't too crazy. 9 Ks isn't too great. Couple steals, that's good. And then my pitching, no decision, 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, ERA of 3, WHIP of 1. That was Dylan Bundy salvaging a rough start. I think he gave up the runs early in that game. So that puts me in the lead 7-5. I'm down with that. All right. Heritage continues. Let's do this. I actually got to pick about half my fantasy team this year. Usually the dates will get switched up, and then I won't realize it. This year was a little different. I actually got the notification. Boring break for the Brewers tonight. Last break had a Braun high number and a Yelich box topper. So what you're telling me is that you don't like repetition, because you got another Braun high number and you got another Yelich box topper. And we're only halfway through. Joey Votto. I should at least hold your excitement for the next 3 boxes. Maybe you'll get something else. Well, this box should bring some excitement. Maybe, just maybe, the Brewers will have a purple parallel too this time around. Yeah, that was from the 3rd box. Got Jacoby Jones. Well, I wouldn't say that's true. Keston Hiura was a big rookie in 2019. There hasn't been a lot of noise the last 10 years, but I think Keston Hiura was a good year for them, and that was fairly recent. Yelich tends to frequently be in the higher end stuff, which is good too. But they do generally come out to be a budget team. Depends on the product. Griffin Canning. Again, if you're looking at like the higher end stuff, you do see a decent amount of Yelich. In sets like 5-star, tier 1, stuff like that. But I think a lot of those Hiuras are underrated. Again, he's another one. Pandemic shortened season did not do him any favors. But long term, I think he's going to be fairly strong. So here we go. Let's start the fun. Kyle Schwarber with the Hot Pack parallel. Move this around. Yeah, Pearson. Gaylord Perry and Shane Bieber. Max Kepler for the Twins. Another one. Power hitter. Did not hit for good average last year. Kyle COVID. We got some breaking news on somebody. Oh, Braves traded for Orlando Arcia. Maybe that'll help them out. Change of scenery there. And Yankees trade for Rougned Odor. Interesting. Nationals put 10 on IL. So is that it? Kyle COVID is Kyle Schwarber? That's what I was looking to see. So he was one of the ones put on the injured list. Patrick Corbin, John Lester, Yan Gomes, Alex Avila. New acquisitions like Josh Bell, Kyle Schwarber, Josh Harrison, Jordy Mercer, and Brad Hand were all placed on the injured list. So with no injury designations for those players, it's going to be assumed that they're all either having COVID or at least it's still under tracing protocol. For Weigel and Soroka, I don't know. That's is there a Zborka or are you talking about Soroka? There's Josh Bell, formerly of the Pirates, now of the Nationals. I think Fauci gave them all the vid. Okay. I'm actually surprised that they had to give up that much. So Marcus Stroman gets the win today. Everybody's saying what a bum he is. I didn't necessarily think that. I think David Price is a bum. I think Marcus Stroman just made an unpopular decision, but I'm glad he came back, at least short term, to the Mets to try to make it right. Pete Alonso. You're going to see people like, fastest to 70. We're going to have to, hey, he could have 75. You know, he goes on a tear. He could have 75 at the same point Aaron Judge got to 70. Speaking of Aaron Judge, he is a Chrome. 16 out of 999. So here come the judge. Roberto Clemente. A little H to the Izzo on the hot box side. Bro. Brissot batted .302 last year in just 36 games. With 5 home runs and 5 doubles. John Gray. So, I mean, he's kind of an under-the-radar guy. You could argue he could be a 25 home run guy. And X-rays coming out negative. J.D. Davis was hit, I believe, on his hand by a pitch earlier tonight. So the one, I guess, down point for the evening for the Mets was J.D. Davis going down. And X-rays were negative, just a contusion. He may not even have to go on the injured list. Might be able to be back in a few days. Good as new. And then Victor Robles. Not one of the bajillion players named on the injured list for the Nationals. So there you go. That's a plus. I still can't believe they gave 2 pitchers for Arcia. Arcia struggled a lot. He was one I kind of liked as a breakout candidate, and he just never broke out. I mean, he might have broken out in like a rash, but not in a baseball sense. Blake Snell with the high number card. Man, the Padres are really probably hoping that Tatis is back in that lineup by the end of the month. And I don't know. Brandon, are you awake? I just want to make sure that you didn't lose focus. You got something coming up. So, wake up. It's only 1 in the morning. Don't be a weenie. I don't even think, what is it, midnight by you? All right. Whit Merrifield. All right, what do we got here? I know what I want to see as a hot box parallel, but I don't know if we're going to. I want to see that Joey Bart come out. Oh, congratulations. I actually might have missed that message. I think my phone dinged a few times while I was throwing some batting practice to Lexi. So you really you need to stay awake. You fall asleep, you're going to miss it. I mean, that's if you sleep like I do. Like, I have actually slept through an explosion. It wasn't, like, next to me, but it woke everybody else in the neighborhood up. I also slept through a fire alarm in college. And my dorm mate in the room next door, small guy, and he was actually jumping on my back to wake me up, and it wasn't working. It actually took two people to. Now, granted, it was finals, and I hadn't slept in 2 days, so I'll be damned if anything was going to wake me up. But Brandon Nimmo, METS, Mets. But yeah, I can sleep, unfortunately, through quite a bit. It's not like I do it on purpose. Brian Hayes, Jose Garcia, Jack Flaherty. Again, his inflated ERA last year, most of it comes down to one bad start. Otherwise, he's like 3 ERA last year. So, again, just like with the power hitters, you have one bad start as a pitcher. Last year's down the can. Adele and Madrigal again. Dominic Smith hit a home run tonight. Can only play one left fielder, though. Brady Singer, Nick Heath. It's okay. My starting left fielder was Tucker, and he hit a home run. So I can't complain. I still got the home run. And my DH hit a home run. So at no point did I lose out on any home runs. I just couldn't fit them all into the lineup. So Tigers pitchers. Remember, Brandon, just one piece of advice. It's all your fault. It's always going to be your fault. And action image, Christian Yelich. So in addition to your box topper, you got an action variation of Yelly. So hopefully that gives you a little adrenaline shot to keep things rolling. So we got, this one's going to go to the Orioles, Ryan Mountcastle and Bobby Dahlbeck. Rookie Stars parallel. I'm kind of pulling for that Joey Bart to show up, but I guess I'll take Mountcastle too. He doesn't have any autographs, so. And Orioles did not get a Leaf Metal auto, so I guess that's my biggest hopes. It's a nice Mountcastle. And there's Alex Bregman. All right, one more stack of packs in the hot box, and then we'll have 2 boxes left to go. Dinelson LeMay. Guy who we were just speaking of. Batted .260 last year. 5 homers in the shortened season, 10 doubles. So it's kind of been on the up and up, I guess. Nothing amazing, but decent production there. Again, I don't really know why they would trade 2 pitchers away for him when they have a shortstop. Right? No injuries for the Braves yet. Gio Urshela, high number. I think I have Dansby Swanson as my backup. Lindor is my starting shortstop. Got Kike Hernandez. Yeah, I mean, there's nowhere really to put him, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. Well, Soroka could be a starter. Trying to remember his situation. He had an injury issue come up, right? And this was kind of kept him more looked at as a relief role. But that just might be while he's, waiting to be 100% recovered, if I'm not mistaken. Eugenio Suarez. Weigel's definitely a reliever. I don't see him projecting as a starter. So, yeah, I don't know. Kind of a I don't get it for either team, to be honest. Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. So we're seeing some of the hotbox parallels that we saw in the personal earlier. Mountcastle, Mize and Scooble. Juan Soto. Castanheira. So something else with the Brewers. Again, only batted .212 last year, but he did hit 13 home runs in the shortened season. In a half season the year before, he hits 19 home runs, 23 doubles, and bats .303. So I feel like his career is going to go more towards that range than what he did last year. Nationals will get this one, Garcia and Pichet. Got Upton there. He had a rough year last year, too. But he had one the year before, and he's always been kind of streaky. And him, I don't see the upside of Justin Upton. Charlie Blackmon, he had his years. Most of them were okay. Gotcha. Clemente, Crawford. Here comes the boom. Ready or not. Andrew McCutchen. And that finishes off box number 4. So now, box number 5. Some of these cards over here. Again, please message me if you're going to end up keeping your teams for part 4. Again, I don't want to do this break on Thursday. I got a lot going on Thursday. If we can right away get it to a decent number of teams and then finish it out tomorrow, that would be amazing. I prefer not to bring half a case of Heritage on my trip. I'm going to have stuff with me. Don't necessarily want it to be the heaviest stuff. Padres should like this one. Fernando Tatis Jr. Fernando Tatis Jr. Got Chad Green. So again, next to last box here. We have covered a lot of topics. There's another Braun. And If anybody is looking to discuss anything in particular, let me know. More pack here, we'll start showing what we got. All right, here we go. 6-0. Got 3 inaction cards in a row there. And Cachet. And that's pretty much a wrap on this stack. Got Evan White. Next stack of packs. So again, we got some breaks already up, including 2 capture the flag breaks, a football mixer, Tyler Alexander, and then the next installment of this break, we're going to figure out what's going on. Matt Joyce. Excuse me. I know I have had a long day today. Which is why earlier this afternoon I had said I don't want to start this one after 10 o'clock. But I don't always get what I want, what I really, really want, what I really, really want. So let's try it again. All right, we got another action parallel. Or action image variation. All right, here we go. Just another example of the off-coloring on some of these. Spencer Howard. Oh, excuse me. All about that base, about that base. A lot of base, a lot of base. Dylan Carlson, who had a nice home run earlier tonight in action. Bubick and McKenzie. Hello, Joe Adele. Brock and Tatis. Mize with the inaction. And action. Nationals, Max Scherzer. All right, last stack of packs for box number 5 coming up. And then the final box. Don't miss it. Excuse me. So a 9-box pick your team. I'm sorry, 10-box pick your team football mixer was posted, I believe, this morning. We're at 12 teams. So hopefully we can get that one rolling ASAP. Wilson Ramos. few more packs here. Let's see what this hit's going to look like. What's in there? All right, here we go. So wrapping up box 5, what are we going to find as we head into the home stretch in the final box after this stack of packs? Spencer Howard, Boyhood Photos of the Stars. Brady Singer, and we got Rafael Devers, Red Sox with a hit. There's Ohtani, who only batted 190 last year. Surprisingly, no second thoughts of putting him in the minors after such a rough season. But again, last season's a tough measure. All right, final box. If you have made it thus far and are still wide-eyed and brimming with energy, you are ahead of me. Box topper is David Peterson. So, some big news today. Topps, for like the third time now, is going to be a publicly traded company. What do you guys think? Is that good news or bad news for people in the hobby? There's Scott Henneman. Got a real one auto. Who's still awake? Let me know you're still awake, all of you. Got a real one autograph. That should make somebody happy. Usually real one autographs don't disappoint. West Side. Well, yeah, it's only like 10 o'clock and change over there. Tim Lopes. Well, while you guys are still pushing, we'll try to push out something else fun for the Brewers too. Sound good? We'll try. All about that base. Then and now we got Dick Allen and Jose Abreu. Dylan Carlson. All right, so we got a few people watching. We do have a hit in my hand. And this hit, a little bit special. It is a real one autograph. Clemente. Got here Houck and Huff. Mountcastle. Mize and Scooble. And there's Mike Soroka there. Last year only made it through 3 games, 13 innings pitched. So had that great year as a starter a couple of years ago. So we keep pushing out Twins for you. Brewers for you. Oh man. See, that was going to be funny until I ruined it. We keep pushing out Brewers for you, and thankfully your wife isn't pushing out Twins. Otherwise, I think she would tear your head off for watching a break right now. Oh man, I'm tired. So Keston Hiura, Real One autograph is the final hit. And maybe, just maybe, we can pull a nice short print out, but close it out. Oh, yeah? Miguel Sano, 13 home runs and 12 doubles last year. So even though the batting average came back down to around 204, he batted 199 a couple of years ago and got sent down all the way down, if I remember correctly, a single A. And that awoke something in him that got him going a little bit. It's funny how sometimes that is how it works, you know what I'm saying? Actually, he never asked for anything specific. He just said he was bored. Raimel Tapia. Of course, he was bored yet 3 boxes in. He'd already had the same cards as he did before. And 2 more packs here. So again, we are extending the offer for 10% back. And group break credit with any box purchase. Heading into the home stretch here. The static drives me nuts. Just keeps coming right back at you. There's Mize. And what do we got here? Oh my. It's another one we constantly talk about. So if you look here, all right, you can see the shine. And if you look here, it looks a little grainy. A little O to the Ozer. Wait, no. H to the Izzo. Anthony Rizzo. Flip stock. Flip stock card. So it's backwards. Kind of like a lot of the things going on in this world. It's backwards. So Cubs with a beautiful flip stock variation. Ugh. White. Pichet. Joe Adele. There's Casey Mize. And that closes out another stack of packs. Final stack. Let's do this. Final stack. I got this. All right. So again, if anybody wants to take advantage of the flash sale, I ain't gonna make it much longer. So if you want personals, we can set them up for tomorrow, and I'll still honor the discount. But that's only until we're done streaming here. 10% group break credit kicks back with the purchase of any personal. Corey Seager. He actually had a very good year last year, it looks like. Craig Kimbrell. Again, if you're in this break, let me know if you are keeping or dropping your team. All right, final stack of packs in this half case plus, and then we'll revisit all the hits in this one. Zach Wheeler doing well for the A's. Fillets. Joey Bart. Saw a picture of Chris Bubick as a child in an A's uniform. There's Pache. So here we go, closing out the stack. Let's talk about where we are. right, so some decent pulls in this break. We got Yankees with a 1/1, Luis Medina. And then Oswald Peraza as well. Yadier, black border. We got Tony Oliva with the original. Lee leaders. Action, Mike Trout. Rangers, Shin-Soo Shu and Evan Carter. Another action of Mookie Betts, Chris Sale. Yoki Cespedes. Number 20, Matt Cancerino. That's Twins. And so is this guy, Alaric Solari. Number 7, Mariners, Julio Rodriguez. Number 20. Jaron Duran of the Red Sox. Number 10, Blue Jays. And then Austin Martin, number 235. Mets, J.D. Davis. Got the Brewers, Christian Yelich. Also got him not only on an action, but on a box topper. Mount Castle. Luis Garcia. Max Scherzer on an image, an action image. Rafael Devers. And then a real one autograph, Keston Hiura. And a flip stock of Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs. So if anybody's got anything for me, just hit me up on Messenger. All right, with info on whether you will be keeping or not for the 4th installment. So that's all I got for now. Thanks everybody, and we'll be doing soon.